And I just had a bad experience with one of these drip irrigation systems. So my wife is an avid gardener. We've got plants inside and outside the house that she wants to put on automatic systems. And we got a system from Amazon that turned out to be a complete disaster. It just didn't work at all. It had the wrong size tubing, so it was completely useless. So I bought two. I went out and got two systems instead of one, and we're going to try them both and see how they work. So this is the Diivoo automatic drip irrigation system, and we're going to pull it out of the box, see what comes with it, and figure out if it's going to work for us. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at the box and see what we get inside the Diivoo irrigation system, automated drip irrigation system. Like all the other drip irrigation systems you're ever going to look at, this one uses 1/4-inch plastic tubing, and it comes with a nice long roll of it, so you can get that get a wide variety of plants. You know, in general, I think these guys are good for at most 5 plants. A box of connectors, T-connectors. There should be a couple of stoppers in here, and there's a filter for, the filter is for the intake where you're drawing water out of your bucket or a big gallon jug. And we get the controller unit itself. This is probably what you're paying the most money for. So it has a micro USB connector on the side, and it has its inlet and outlet ports there. Get a micro USB connector, not particularly long. I would really like it. This is one case where you might want to have an exceptionally long one, and I think you can use it. USB cord cable lengths involve electronics too, so there's some care that needs to be taken if you're making a long one, but since it's only being used for charging, I don't think it's that hard. And then finally we get these drip stakes that you put into the plant itself. I'm going to pull one of these out and try to show it to you. So let's move the tubing off to the side here. Might be a little hard to see because of the white on white, but the tubing goes into the end here. So when you're putting this together, you're going to run the tubing right in the end like that, and the water comes out of and goes down these grooves and dripping into your plant, and maybe dripping down a little deeper than it would be if it was just spraying on the surface. And you have 10 of these, so these are good for, you know, probably for 5 plants, but you know, maybe more if they're small pots. If you had really small pots, it would definitely be good for 10 plants. And then finally, the obligatory alkaline batteries. This guy will work on battery power or on micro USB power plugged into the wall. If it's me, I'm going to try to plug it into the wall if I can, because, you know, I don't know how long the batteries are going to last. This is actually more than electronics. This is actually pumping water, so it's going to take a little more power. So it might be the best thing. The last piece is this clip, which so it took me a second to figure out how to get this clamp in. So you put it like this, where you have the this upper piece is actually above here, and then you got to push and snap it in place. And now you can hang this on the side of a pot or wherever you want. And when you want to take this out, you do this. So along with this instruction manual, this is all the gear you get when you unbox the Diivoo irrigation system. I'll give you a pro tip about this irrigation system. These are the spikes that come with the system. Tube goes on the end of them and water runs down them. You have no control over how fast it goes or how much it goes. These are the ones that my wife uses. She substitutes these guys out for the ones that come in the kit. They're very inexpensive. You search on Amazon for a 1/4-inch irrigation spike sprayer, and you get one of these. You get like a 50-pack, or you can get a 25-pack for a few bucks. And it's exactly the same. The same 1/4-inch tubing goes on the end of these guys that goes on the other ones. And use this, and you are able to adjust the flow. So you can have one plant get a lot, one plant get a little. You just turn this thing, and it controls how much water sprays out of the top. And if you want, you can get directional ones that only spray like in 180 degrees too. So this is the way to go. You can spend a little bit extra, but you know, being able to adjust it. If you're doing more than one pot, you know, you've got one little pot and one big pot. One big pot might want to give it 50% more water. Real easy to do with this. Okay, second pro tip. See these little guys? You got to push this tubing into them to make solid connections. Don't kill yourself trying to push the tube all the way to the end of this flange, okay? Once it gets over this big hump, it doesn't actually get any more grip once you go past there, and you'll kill yourself trying. It's pretty hard to actually get it all the way over this guy, but once you get it this far, it's not going to come off. It's not just going to wriggle off, and you can spend all day trying to push it on there. When my wife first got these, she actually boiled these things in hot water so that they would soften up and she could get it all the way out there. And I'm telling you, that's unnecessary. Once you get it pushed on there, it's going to stay on. So push it on as hard as you can, and once it's there, be satisfied that it's good. Here we have the system set up on a 7-day cycle. It's got this nice big pot of water, which was actually full 2 days ago, so it's pumped some of that water out. We've got our water line going down here to the first tee, going in this pot, and the second tea going to this Christmas cactus, these two guys. It's set up on a 7-day cycle now, and it's going to water them routinely. And so far, it's been working great. We'll have to update this review later because we need to see if how long the batteries hold out. That's an open question, and how well it works over the long haul. So that and a few other conclusions in just a second, and then we'll finish this up. Okay, so my wife's takeaways from this guy are: she liked the instructions, the setup was easy, she found the clear tubing to be nicer than the black tubing that comes with most systems. She didn't like the spikes that come with this. She liked something that lets her control the flow, and she says with the spikes it's kind of hard to tell how much is going into each pot. All in all though, this is the drip irrigation system that we so far have had the best experience with, so far so good. Hi, I just want to let you know that I am honored by Amazon to be in the Vine program, and I take it very seriously. I work really hard with my family to do reviews on these products. We have a lot of fun doing it. We get to see a lot of interesting things, and what I hope more than anything is that my reviews help you make good selections for your products. If they do, that's good for you, it's good for me, and it's good for Amazon. Hope you enjoyed the review.